Everybody's got to straighten out something sometime. I don't care how old you are or how young you are. I don't care if you're married, single, divorced, engaged, or shacking. You got to straighten out something every now and then. But I want you to think about all the times that you've heard somebody say, let's straighten it out. Think about it. And I guarantee you that most of the time, it was a man who said it. Now, the reason why I say that is, well, let's face it, most of the time it's a man who makes it crooked in the first place. We don't mean no harm, that's just the way we are. Sometimes we do have a tendency to sort of take you for granted, don't we? Always acting like we don't understand some things. But I believe a woman feels things deeper than a man. I don't care what nobody says. I believe a woman loves stronger than a man. Because you see, sometimes we just don't seem to understand. I know because, you see, I'm speaking from experience. Because I came home one day, and my woman was just going all around the house, not having very much to say. And I was kind of puzzled. I didn't know what to do. So I looked her straight in the eye and I said, sit yourself down, girl, and talk to me. And tell me what's on your mind. Don't you keep on telling me everything's okay. 'Cause if it wasn't, you wouldn't be crying. You've been tossing and turning in your sleep, lazy baby. Sitting around pouting all day long. Now how the hell you expect me to understand when I don't even know what's wrong? Let's straighten it out, baby. Let's straighten it out, honey. Let's straighten it out. Let's straighten it out. For the last 9 nights, honey, when we went to bed, oh, I could tell something just wasn't right. When you turn your back to me and you covered your head, or did you leave and say goodnight? If you're tired and you don't want to be bothered, baby, just say the word and I'll leave you alone. Instead of laying there crying your eyes out, baby, you and me ought to be getting it on. Let's straighten it out, baby. I said straighten it out, honey. Let's straighten it out. I want to straighten it out. I said straighten it out, baby, baby, baby. Let's straighten it out, honey, honey, honey. I want to straighten it out all night long, baby. Straighten it out. Now how the hell you expect me to understand? Ooh, when I don't even know what's wrong. Baby, 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 baby. Say straighten it out. That's all I want to do, baby. Is just straighten it out.
How's it going, everybody? It's Man Tomorrow here. I want to thank you guys for coming through. Got another last thing I was going to do, but after going on King Sigma's panel, dude, this has to be understood upfront and personally. The manosphere is destroyed by the following people. As a concept that I am a part of. Because you need to know the look on this dude's face, Lattimore. Hold on a second. I'm going to show the picture of this actual song that I just played. One of the greatest songs in history. That's that dude's face. Does that look like a dude who has everything under control? Dude, the negotiation table has been around forever. The negotiation table has been around forever. It came before the Roger Report. It became before Edward Anderson. It became before the Black Manosphere complaining about women. It became before all of that. This is the album that's playing within the Manosphere. I'll do anything for you. That's what it is. And that is the look on a man's face after he's done everything for you. Isn't it? So earlier I was on King Sigma's stream, attempting to try to talk to ARC once again about his Mode 1 approach. Mode 1 gives women whatever they want in society up front. It gives them all the attention, all your intentions, everything else up front on a platter. You're walking into a trapdoor giving her more options than she already has. Like, she has so many options online. She has so many options in her workplace. She has so many options everywhere else. You know where she don't have more options at? In person. In person is what Mode 1 is about. Mode 1 is about in person handing her everything that she wants on a platter. Look at Lattimore. I'll do everything for you, and look at how he looks. Does that guy look happy in the photo? Does he look happy in the photo, sir? Does he look happy? Does he look like he's got everything that he wanted within the photo? That man looks pissed off as shit because he tried to do things that was not meant to be done. He went out there and tried to negotiate with a person who don't even respects or loves him. And that's the face you end up with. This is where the song came from that I played from the intro. This is not about hating women at all. It's about not understanding why she's mad at you. She's mad at you because you don't offer her a bag that's so large to where she can stop thinking about other dicks on the table. That's what it is. That's what it is. It's not hard. The problem is that this guy on the screen doesn't look like he's happy. He made a song talking about how women should be happy with him, that he would pause his entire life to figure out what's wrong with her. The song is about what's wrong with her, but it's very clear what's wrong with her. What's wrong with her is the fact that she did not want to have sex with this guy. And she was mad as fuck that this guy was around the house with a hard dick trying to fuck her. Let's straighten it out was about, let's straighten out the reason why you're mad and you don't like me. I provide you everything that you want, and I'm still at the negotiating table trying to negotiate. That's what this song is about. This song is not about a woman who brings her level of understanding to the table about what she's supposed to do within the household. No, it was one-sided. The man was supposed to bring everything to the table. And the woman who did not respect it that he settled for, that's not the woman's fault. If you find you a dumbass manosphere motherfucker who's willing to listen to the fact that he's a high-value man, you should take that motherfucker for everything you got. Take these niggas. Take them. Take them. The Man of Tomorrow supports taking these bitch-ass niggas for everything that they got. I'm telling you. Take these dumbass niggas. Take these dumb motherfuckers who want to come to the negotiating table with barely levels of productivity with your fucking infinite level of dick. Take their ass to the goddamn fucking bank. Take them. I want to see every black man poor who don't fucking understand the goddamn dynamics of the fucking society. Take these niggas. Take them. We don't need them. They're not on our team. Fuck them. I am telling you right now, as a black man in America, you should take all of these dumbass niggas to the goddamn cleaners. Every single fucking one of them who want to talk about the goddamn negotiation table and strategy. Fuck them. Take their ass to the goddamn cleaners. We need more motherfuckers who fail the red pill class. We need women on the table. We need you motherfuckers to take as much of these motherfuckers to the table as fucking inhumanly fucking possible. We need these women. We need the ones who don't know how to act. We need the niggas who fucking think that they got this shit figured out. We need these fucking women. Take all these niggas to the goddamn cleaners. All these motherfuckers who are here on this fucking bullshit, fuck that. We need this shit. Nigga, I'm calling up Irene Yvette, motherfucking, all these bitches. I don't give a fuck, Cynthia G. Take these niggas to the cleaners. Let these motherfuckers come in and take advantage of these dumbass niggas. These bitch ass niggas promote feminism like a motherfucker. There ain't no fucking successful man on the fucking planet who would endorse getting involved with this goddamn shit. I want you niggas to lose. Every single one of you dumbass niggas to lose. Every single one of you motherfucking negotiation table ass niggas, I want you to lose. Every single one of you motherfuckers, I want you to lose. To lose. You willing to fucking put your goddamn productivity on the table for motherfuckers who don't give a fuck about you? Fuck you. I want you to lose. If you fucking think that, well, who runs the community? Motherfucker, you would if you had your shit together and you left these motherfuckers alone. These motherfucking new motherfuckers who are here within the goddamn space of America have left these motherfuckers alone. They came over here with their own women who they got under fucking control and basic levels of productivity, and they winning over you. Why? You want to do it with a very specific reptile. That's what it is. That's what it is. And you think that there's going to be enough sea boogies and Aaron Fountains and motherfucking Edward Andersons and fucking I don't know, motherfucking goddamn Bernard Raleighs that's gonna motherfucking convince your dumb ass to keep negotiating with these hoes? They're not putting productive women on the table. I'm talking about productivity when it comes to a goddamn woman. Is women who bring shit to the table along with the fucking understanding, along with the historical fucking perspective of what men have been through within this country, no matter what the fucking race is. Where are those cadre of women? You know why they don't fucking exist? Punk ass fucking niggas who get white and black, by the way, manosphere niggas who fucking come out here and get these women exactly what the fuck they want. And then they turn around and fucking blame everybody else in society that they ran into consequences about what the fuck they went into. What the fuck? Why you think she chose you? She fucking chose you because you were fucking easy as fuck. This is why the manosphere has become a promotion table for feminism. It's not hard to figure out. Who in the fuck would invite Fresh and Fit into their goddamn family to teach them how to fucking deal with women? Who the fuck would invite Mo One into their house on how to get the most out of women? Who the fuck would believe these child support niggas on how they got these hoes under control? Who the fuck from any other culture who's winning would invite these dumbass motherfuckers in their house to fucking say how the fuck you deal with uncultured women? It's easy. Leave them the fuck alone. Listen, gates are open. Hoes, go get them. They want you. They want you to fuck up their life. Don't you understand? These motherfuckers haven't got their shit together, their money together, their productivity together. Why? They want to be an easy fucking lick. Take these niggas. Take them. I don't want these niggas anywhere around me for any reason. There's no reason for new child support niggas in the fucking place. There's no fucking reason for that. You niggas want to be there. And I'm talking about the black, white, Mexican, yellow, and motherfucking Native Americans. You motherfuckers ain't learned shit. That's why they taking your ass to the bank. They taking your ass to the bank because you turned the manosphere from a place that should have been for male improvement and everything else in the goddamn planet to a place for production of feminist niggas. That's what you did. You did it. The only thing they had to do was give your asses a little bit of motherfucking attention. And your motherfuckers thought you ran everything. Now your ass is looking like Lattimore on the screen. This is what your negotiation strategy was. I'll do anything for you. That is what your negotiation strategy was. You got 60-year-old bitch-ass niggas still trying to push concepts that he can't even fucking prove worked. You mean to tell me that you couldn't go get a Walmart Eris? You couldn't get in nobody who fucking owned the Gap or fucking Home Depot or fucking the woman that walked away from the nigga who was married and she made loves? Like, you couldn't do any of that shit? $4.99 super chat. Preacher Monte, the same kingdom is falling. It isn't falling. It's getting better. It's getting bigger. The Tower of Magog is fucking growing. There is a reason why God did not want the Tower of Babel to fucking stand. If it stood for the wrong fucking reasons and the actual reasons reached up to the sky, it wouldn't represent why the building would have been born in the first place. This is why most people spoke different languages after that. You can't be complaining about feminism in 2021 unless you are mentally retarded. It's the men that keep this thing going. And I don't want it to end. I want all of these women to take all of these dudes who want a bad deal. Take them off our hands. Yes, ma'am. Take all these men off our hands. That's right. If you 50-something years old and you believe in marriage and your ass ain't married, what position you think you're promoting? You're promoting sucker class dudes to listen to unproductive men, which women respect most, to keep settling for a bad deal. So when you call yourself talking about the gynocracy, or actually boomeranging back to the simple fact that, well, who runs the community? Well, guess what? If you want a community of your own, you build it with the people who are the opposite of who runs the community. What's wrong with that? If you have an uncultured situation that don't fit you, you fix the situation by becoming a culture man yourself, by putting the productivity first. And if your productivity puts you ahead of what the current culture and class of people are within society, you know what you do? You leave those people alone. You don't trust a track record. That's what it is. It's not hard. Listen, I agree. Facts. I believe humanity, hold on a second, is limited in exploring the heavens due to greed. Yes. How many times have you heard there is enough here for any man's need, but there is not nearly enough for any man's greed? How many times have you heard that? These things are not hard. They want these women to be in a position to where they need them for once in their life. That is not how men operate. Men move on to different and better environments. What's going on here, Rory? And they are here to destroy, as he just said, as many future prospects as possible. Prospects of living people having, this is what they deserve. This is why I never really complained about women taking niggas for child support. Because she should take your dumb ass for child support. She should. If you're going to stick your Johnson in her, give her a child, and then turn around and expect her to have a family with you when she wasn't even witnessing to anything else other than her having a child with you because you're weak. But see, you thought that her having a child with you gave you strength. You wanted the strength of bragging about getting this stuff under control. You didn't want the factuality of keeping your stuff under control by leaving her ass alone. It's the Bravo Alpha Novembers who promote feminism. It's not the women. The women don't have any type of argument to the results, but they have men who they tag in like the Royal Rumble to come down the field and actually convince these men to stay. We're talking older men who are doing this to you. Bravo Alpha Novembers are not men. Men can separate alone, get that shit together, produce, provide, and move on to other women. Men can do that. You know who can't do that? Bravo Alpha Novembers. They can't do that. Bravo Alpha Novembers can't move alone. Bravo Alpha Novembers wanted to do it with the exact level of person who wouldn't respect them for it. That's what they want. Go get them. Take their ass off the field. Take their goddamn head off. Take them. I won't hire any child support motherfucker in my goddamn organization. It'll never fucking happen. Why? I know the bitch nigga inside of you. I know the fucking lifestyle, the fucking attraction, the fucking ability to take care of another man's fucking family and not invest in your goddamn self. Why the fuck would I want you part of my crew? By helping you, I'm helping them. Where I could just leave you and them the fuck alone. Not hard. There's nothing wrong with masculinity. There's nothing wrong with manhood. There's nothing wrong with any of those things. You know what's wrong with it? When the Bravo Alpha Novembers, thanks to feminism, thought that they had the ability to speak. They can't even handle simplistic criticisms about anything. And the only thing I'm doing is creating a space where that way the people who do got their stuff together can naturally go into the place of people who don't got their stuff together. I'm not trying to protect the masses, the crew, the culture. Are you crazy? It's special forces time. We don't have time to be coming out here trying to protect every single person from the consequences that they freely feed themselves into. That's what happens. You know what? I was raised in a society where there wasn't that type of leeway on these type of men. They were kicked out. They didn't get access to sex, and even if they did, we didn't take care of the kids. We didn't give a damn about them. We just said that's that person and that's that other person's responsibility, not ours as men. This is why the Bravo Alpha Novembers promote feminism as their own level of productivity. And then they forget their actual spot after promoting the level of Bravo Alpha Novemberness within their own ranks. They keep forgetting that a simplistic woman can take them from their platform, can actually sue YouTube, can actually have a bunch of different legal ramifications for their actions. They don't even understand how that works. Why? They thought that they get to entertain the masses. I'll do anything for attention. I'll do anything. These are the dudes. You cannot possibly think that these people are promoting separatist masculine behavior or even promoting conservative women who don't have this type of background. The only thing they care about is the fact that you're never going to be a more productive man as them by promoting the actual system that they actually promote. That's the only thing they care about. They don't care about you. They care about what you can become if you get your shit together. They don't want you getting your shit together. They want you to pay attention to BS and nonsense. That's what they want. There's no reason to talk to people who don't have your level of decency among them. There's no reason for that. There's no reason for it right now. They don't care. They never have and they never will. And they never have to. Tell me, if you want how you did it. I just want you to repeat the system. That's the only thing I want. Show me a track record to which you're actually doing the things that you think that you need to do to move these things forward. Why haven't you provided yet? Why do we have to wait? Why do we have to have these actual conversations? Why is it that we can't get the things that we need? Why isn't that we can't be able to compete with everybody else in society? How come there are no policies behind this Bravo Alpha Novemberness in society? You have to understand that these are not the men that was meant to lead no man into anywhere. If you invite people onto your platform and you prove to them how much power that they got through shaming them into releasing the power that they currently have over the environment, you know how dumb you look doing that? You're in Miami. Miami. I know a ton of people in Miami. Nobody respects you motherfuckers in Miami. None of you. Your platform is a platform for women to get live. That's what the shit's about. These are the biggest promoters of feminism out here. So, since we're on the subject, I'm going to break down how they promote it. So that way you're not really not understanding what's happening here. Okay. Why do you think really, why do you think? And this is not a popularity contest, but they're going to use popularity to actually hide their intentions of what they're actually doing. What circumstance have you been in life and these type of socially inept men are actually winning in society? Where are they at? Where are they at? I understand. Oh, you gonna fuck up the nigga money. You gonna fuck up the money. Like, dude, listen, you got to be able to look at these things for what it is. Those are not men. Those are not men who's running anything in society. Men don't run things through females' attention. You need to read some of the books on some of the dudes who thought that they were in a heyday around those actual men in society. You need to read books about those men in society. You need to read those books about those legendary ladies, man, that you have off your tongue. You need to read books about those dudes, about how people thought about them. They promote her product as being supreme. Respect from her as being supreme. Kicking her off your show make you look dumb, especially when you pay for them to come on in the first place. So let's move on to the next point. Since you guys don't know anything about law enforcement and the police, let me give you the police perspective of how these things work. What you had, no matter how true it is or not, that you actually heard a woman giving her testimony and public receipts about her interactions with a certain person. Because see, here's the thing about undisciplined behavior. Undisciplined behavior has a track record within itself. There has to be a level of when you thought it was okay one of the first times or not. There has to be a second level of when you got comfortable. And then there's a third level where you don't think there are no consequences for your actions beyond what you're doing. This is what happens if you've done the same exact thing multiple times over multiple places within the same environment. The first thing that there is, obviously, is patient X or patient zero, where this stuff started. The first person to come out in front to actually say that these things are actually going on within the background. Then those women come together because they have a singular source of information to channel their stuff through. After that, they're going to get the stories together. And then they're going to start shopping their stories around to the prosecutor to where they can get the most bang out of their buck. There are 3 places within the country that you do not want to be doing this thing in the favor of. The first one is LA County in California. The second one is their Southern District of New York in the Manhattan District. You know what I'm talking about. And the third is the DC District. You better have made sure that you don't have multiple people being interviewed by multiple prosecutors for the same thing over and over again. Because we know how you get down, right? I'm not saying you shouldn't get down like that. I'm just saying that at the end of the day, you have to understand that what happens on your show don't translate into power off your show once the show is over. after the show is over, you should turn that stuff off at some point. And when you don't turn it off at some point, it becomes your character in the public. This is how people can have legitimate stories. This is also how personnel can turn around and have illegitimate stories that are mixed in with your legitimate stories. Why? This is how you do business behind the scenes. If you try to say that you want a woman to sleep with you to come on your show, dude, that's a power dynamic there that you're not trying to understand, that the legal arena is going to understand very clearly. The legal arena is going to see you as the aggressor. If one of these people who paid attention to your podcast, who will go over there to do anything to this woman, you will actually be charged for that shit. That's what happens when you have a voice. When you have a voice that's big, you got to be responsible for what happens when you're actually talking through that voice. You mean to tell me that they would not play any of your viral clips in court and would not swing that jury one way or the other based on the stuff that you were talking about? Love him or hate him, Jerry Springer didn't try to do any of that shit outside the courtroom. I'm sorry, the actual show. That stuff was held on the show, and after the show was over, he was done with it. Hands off, didn't try to fuck guests, behind the scenes, none of that stuff. But see, once you let it out that this is the way you roll behind the scenes, no one else is going to want to mess with you behind the scenes. Now you've indicted every single person who knew anything about you, who ever appeared on your show, to actually come testify in court about your character. And you know what? I'm not sure if you know this or not. Most people are not going to come to court and testify for your character, even if the shit's on tape. They don't want none of that shit on them because they got stuff that they need to hide in their own life. You have to understand, feminism has allowed for dating coaches to exist. So that way, dating coaches can feed you back into false options. That's why they did not try to take down dating coaches. Why? The end result of dating coaches and lifestyle artists are to provide women with more options than they are inhumanly deserving of. It's not the popularity concept aspect of it. It was the simple fact that you didn't understand what part you were to play on their field. Of all the people in Miami, you think you would be the person who they would choose? Bro, listen. The world don't work like that. Yeah, may have to. That's what it is. Doug, thanks for the final super chat. Yeah, that's what it is. And this is what I mean when you say that you're part of a group. And most people don't understand why a person said that they should be kicked out of the group. You don't understand that a person wants you kicked out of the group is because you bring a level of criticism to the group that's going to blow everybody's hustle here because of your actual track record. You have to understand. If you believe in game, you promote feminism. If you believe in mode one, you promote feminism. If you believe in dating coaches, you promote feminism. It's not hard. It's not hard. It's very easy. But see, what they do is they give people power that they cannot handle to get other people into thinking that they can have the same power as them. The only thing you got to do is invite a whole bunch of Instagram women online on your panel and you kick them off your panel for viral collaborations. But dude, listen, they're already ahead before they step onto the scene. They're well aware of how much options they have when they come out there. They know this. You have to understand that you're not in the entertainment business. They're into the entertaining you business. They entertain you. They allowed you to talk about lay counts and all this other dumbass shit that you can't prove. And now we know what the proof is based on behind the scenes. We know now. What's going on, Jay Shine? But see, you have to realize that these women have a lot more power than you with lies, not the truth, because their lies outweigh your truth. And what happens when they have proof of your nonsense behind the scenes with how you acted in the public? This is not entertainment, sir. Entertainment power, clicks, likes, views, clout, it don't transfer over to stopping a prosecutor from going ahead with an investigation of something. That's not how that works. Actually, because your ass is a public figure and you ain't got your shit together without attention, it's the reason why they come after your ass harder over situations like this. Ain't nobody telling you this. Why ain't they telling you this? Why? Because they think that defending the shit that you did is somehow going to help them out in the future. The only thing they got to do is ride the clout wave. The clout wave ain't going to stop you from legal prosecution. Now, because you made all these unsubstantiated claims, they're going to get your ass on the courtroom, on the stand, and make you defend every single statement you ever made in the public in the name of entertainment. You don't have to understand, but you need to understand it, that everything that you say on these live streams will be played against you back in a court of fucking law every time. People are talking about all this shit about what their intentions not. They look online, they see their actual intentions multitudes of times with a track record, and that's what the story becomes. Now you have to hire an attorney to suppress the evidence, and it's up to the judge to suppress the evidence against you with an actual fucking prosecutor that they work with every fucking day. How are these people talking about this? How come they can't talk about this? The reason why they can't talk about it because they ain't got no fucking experience. The same people who looked at you for entertainment, those going to be the same motherfuckers who throw your ass under the goddamn bridge for the same entertainment reasons. Now they know how you work. And I'm going to tell your ass up front. Some of these jurisdictions, some of these states, they will intentionally send underage women your fucking way. Oh, sure, I'll come on your show. Yeah, the motherfuckers be 17 fucking years old, being a 38-year-old grandma in fucking Indiana. And your ass is going to say yes. And you know what happens when that motherfucker jump on a plane? Your ass is going to jail for that shit. Yeah, that's what happens when you open yourself up to the simple fact that you don't have power without bitches. The bitches always have the power. power over you. You gave them power in the first place. You gave them an actual platform to come on to actually talk about red pill fucking content with no legal aspect of having control over them. Think about it, man. You think this is a one off? Look at how bold you was within those statements. This is 101 or 1,001 time thing that you did. This is what happens when you start bragging on illegitimate money, illegitimate views over bullshit. This is what draws people in to drop your ass down. And it happens every time. This is why I keep my content on the subject. So that way I don't have to worry about shit like this. But when your content is controversy itself, you become the controversy at some point. Think about all those people who you had on your show to boost your credibility. Where are these people at right now? Are they making live streams defending you? Fuck no. Because it was a one-sided deal. You were supposed to bring value to them. They were never supposed to bring value to you. That's how that works. This is why I keep saying you can't team up with a group of parasites, because a group of parasites need a new host to feed off of. And sometimes, if there are no hosts to feed off of, the host of the actual show feeding off others become the actual host of the public itself at some point. Yes, you can't survive this shit, man. All these people who was watching you, those hundreds of thousands of fucking views, yeah, you may have that shit behind the scenes. Where are these people at in public? They don't know what shoe is about to drop, and they don't want to be a part of what shoe is going to drop once it does drop. Given how reckless you were in this situation, there ain't no way you wasn't reckless this way with hundreds of fucking women. Different jurisdictions, different levels of proof. Your ass is going to be in the R. Kelly fucking vice grip. Traveling your ass all over the country, getting your ass tagged by all kinds of people. By people that you chose to attract with your track record. Some attention is never worth having. And attention based on bullshit is definitely not worth having. So now think about it going forward. The people who come onto your show, they have to brazenly say that, oh, I wasn't in that type of relationship with XYZ person. Right after this guy got through saying that he don't pay for sex, even though he tried to offer a sex for payment scheme behind the scenes. None of these dudes are winning. This is why the fucking view count is high, because the only thing they can net in is people who don't understand how attention works. I don't think he's going to be more disciplined in the future. Why? His whole business model is based on uncultured women. His whole business model is based on women who don't have their shit together and who's still willing to come on this show and to try to act like they get it. This is your whole life now. They type in your fucking name. This is what you're known for. This is why, bros, you need to tie yourself to productivity. Your own level of productivity is what they don't like. Your own ability to bring your own means of protection to the table and not settle for less is what they don't like. This is why they depend on people selling dumbass circumstances in order to bring you to the table so that way you can give away all your value for free under the guise that you're keeping your value away from them. So you have to understand that this is not how men act in real life. Other men don't try to engage in this type of product. But when you become the promotion of their product line, remember, they're here to promote the women's instability and insecurity and the fact that she can't be worked with. What's the other side of that equation? The other side of the equation is I have no other women for you to deal with outside of what I'm talking to. Does that sound right? Does that sound fair? Does that sound, I don't know, what does it sound like? This is why most unproductive men have tied their actual viability to the women's opinion. The women's opinion can be easily curtailed by the fact that you have your own shit together and you don't need her for anything. But if you make her the actual plank point of your actual program yourself, which is listening to her and offering bullshit solutions, you're always going to be in this trick bag, sir. You're always going to be there forever because you can't separate yourself from her. Because if you separate yourself from this type of person, it is a very specific type of person, because we're not talking about cultured women. We're talking about uncultured women here. We're not talking about cooperative women. We're talking about uncooperative women here. We're not talking about women who are not on social media, who have their shit together, who have shit to offer men that they actually want. We're actually talking about the opposite of that. You need an actual cadre of men who thinking that this is the only option or solution for problems in order for your product to work. This is what the negotiation table bullshit is about. By unproductive men who don't offer shit, who think that women are supposed to come to the table, let go of their government fucking benefits, and be under the fucking leadership of a whack ass motherfuckers who don't bring shit to the table. You have to understand that what position is being promoted here. Productive men's position is not being promoted here. Women's infallibleness is what being promoted here. Doesn't matter about how many women you kick off your stage. It doesn't matter about any of that. The fact that they have more power than you without you even raising your hand at all means that they are winning. You mean to tell me that the type of people that they attract to be on the show is the actual people that you want to be with? Even the quiet ones, quietly fucking understanding behind the scenes. Yeah, you take them off their shit, you take them back to their community, and you realize that they're not that sweet either. Most people within the manosphere promote feminism. I'm telling you. So that way we could be able to go forward with it. Why would you would promote feminism behind the actual age of men who claim that they got shit together through divorce? Why are the divorcees within the manosphere talking about how much game they got, or how much they have this shit under control, or how they dodge all these goddamn obstacles and consequences of the things that they claim that they're a part of? It's very clear that this place is a place for promoting feminism, and it's fine. You guys have got to understand, by having your shit together, you don't need to deal with none of this stuff. This is why they don't want you finding any other type of sexual release outside of this paradigm. Why? They want you to keep dealing with this shit. They're not going to offer any alternate solutions. The only thing they're going to do is promote her position. Most people are going to try to clout chase off this shit, especially in the manosphere. Most of these niggas are losers. Waiting on a woman to release the power of feminism into their hands so that way they can be able to run them into the fucking ground themselves. You guys have got to understand this shit ain't real life. This shit is fucking cyberspace, man. Don't let this cyberspace stuff end up getting your ass in a situation that you can't get out of. Yeah, but this is where we are, though. There had to be a new group of men who was going to be able to speak for the actual femininity of women. It's the men who are doing it, and it's not the women. The women are not out here promoting their position. It's the men who are doing that. If you want to know why women are winning, they have unproductive men that are helping them do so. That's the point. And the only thing you got to do is turn around and understand who's winning and why. Yeah, Ace, it is exactly what it is. It's a different way of doing it, but it's exactly what it is. It's selling the same type of drug. Like, you have to understand that when people sold heroin back in the 60s and 70s, there's a small group of people who was doing that for the benefit of those only people. In the 80s and 90s, when there was crack cocaine being sold, it was a small group of people selling that shit for a very small group of people's actual level of success rate. Today, we're selling booty crack for the same reasons that they sold heroin and actual crack cocaine. They don't even care or give a shit about the people who they actually want to represent. That's why I never fucking call myself a high value fucking man. Yeah, I got tax returns that prove I'm a high value man. I didn't become a high value fucking man because I told an unworthy fucking woman that I was fucking that I had more value than her is fucking obvious. The fact that I wasn't with her proved that point. So now feminism has an actual additional plank that they can stab men in the face with because of the people that feminism promoted. Now it's within the lexicon. Oh, well, you're not a high value man. You can't earn these fucking consequences. You ain't got your shit straight to the point to where I could look above you. Yes, we gave them an additional standard to hit men over the head with. And I'm not one of these platform dudes who actually is here for making sure that worthwhile men get laid. I don't give a fuck about that. If you ain't got your shit together, you don't fuck. That's how it works. But if your ass is fucking and you ain't got your shit together, then it's on the women of society. That's what happens with. But see, you can't see this shit because you want to think that this shit's gonna work your way. Dude, listen. This stuff isn't gonna work your way. It didn't work his way. Of course they did. Why wouldn't they do that? But see, this is where the teams begin and where the teams end. There is no real team here. There's a team as long as there's generalized benefit. The moment that there's consequence behind the scenes or anywhere else, the team falls apart. There is no team here. There's only shared goals and shared responsibilities and shared outcomes. And the moment that that's not the case, they step off. It's not hard. Well, all this stuff could have been solved by more discipline behind the scenes. Dude, present yourself as a clown in the public. Cool, do that. But the moment that you present yourself as a clown in private, that's when they coming for your ass. All right? Once you turn this shit off, that's when they coming for you. Because you have no potential for protection outside of your clownish needs within the environment. It's not the women who are promoting feminism. They're not even trying to promote. Like, dude, they got both hands full of dicks. They can't even promote anything. They're okay with the way things are running thanks to the men that they have helping them with shit. They don't have to promote anything. The only thing you got to say is, I still believe in marriage and run my fucking bullshit grift game on people. That's the only thing you got to do. You don't have to provide any proof. You don't have to provide any personal proof that you're actually doing this shit that works. You don't have to do any of that. And I fully promote them doing it. We need as many men caught up in this fucking system as humanly possible. I would never fight politically in lessening these goddamn consequences with these dumbass motherfuckers who want to still fuck with this shit. I would never fucking do that. I would never do that. Why would I promote a position of discipline in my own life and turn around and let undisciplined people be around me doing undisciplined things? It's crazy. I would never do that. That's another thing too, Mr. Sims, or maybe that's Miss Sims, whatever. But yeah, that's what it comes down to. I'm gonna drop the link in the chat. You come up here on that bullshit, I'm bringing them federal charges for your motherfucking ass. I'm not taking no strings down. The FBI is going to motherfucking look after this goddamn string, not me. So you bring your ass up here with your naked fucking dick, the fucking FBI is gonna take your ass out in cuffs. You don't believe me? Bring your motherfucking ass up. I'm not taking my strings down. Nope. They told me exactly what the fuck to do with you niggas. I can guarantee motherfucking you that they're not playing with your motherfucking ass. We're gonna come up here. We're gonna have a conversation about this. And the people want to come up, they come up. They don't come up, they don't come up. We'll just move on. Hold on a second. Let me make sure I drop the link in the chat. A lot of people. But this is where we at, man. You have to understand that they're promoting the woman's position as being so powerful and so strong that you have to look at certain types of men to get you past this shit. When there is no man who can get you past this shit, not even me. I can't get you past these consequences when you decide to deal with certain types of actions. There's no way out of this. There's no discipline out of this. The only discipline out of this is leaving this shit alone and finding your masculinity through other means. That's how this stuff works. The reason why he said that is because if this is the track record of the dude who routinely bring women on to humiliate them off the fucking panel after they do some shit and they're being paid to be on there, you have to realize that a lot of people are culpable for that shit. It means that nobody would be able to talk about any type of fuckery with women at all. Period. Dude, they could pull the plug on this algorithm tomorrow and these motherfuckers are done. Like, y'all know the understanding of having the power of the platform to which you're on. They can shut your ass down whenever they want to. It's kind of like how most people get a lot of views from actual responding to KS's shit within the Manosphere, but nobody else get any type of views from anybody else within the Manosphere itself. It's kind of like that. You guys have got to understand that this stuff is fake. This stuff is staged. It's fine that it's fake and it's staged. But the once you take your fake and stage shit out into the real world, which is after that live stream ends, bro, you're going to be in a gang of trouble. There is not going to be enough lawyers, enough grand jury indictments, which is normally how this shit works. They present this shit in front of a standing grand jury, and then boom, your ass is indicted. Or your ass have to go out there and actually explain your shit to a grand jury with no lawyer. That's one of the worst situations you could possibly be in. Yes. Don't believe me? Look at the actual AdSense documentation for the fair use policy. Like, look at what you sign each month. You better. That's what a smart man does. Dude, you can do all that stupid shit you want to once you ain't got your money together. But the moment you got your money together, you need to disappear off the planet. You don't get your money together and then be a bigger target based on your actual level of being undisciplined within the environment. That's how your ass get taken down. That's how you get messed up out here. You are a tool for feminism. You promote their product. There's not a problem with that. Most of these dudes out here promote feminism's product, which I don't think that doesn't need to be supported. You need to get all undisciplined men who are unwilling to change their goddamn ways on one side of the table. The only way you can do it is by letting these things work the way it is currently working. You want to know the people that you shouldn't be teaming with? Leave their ass alone with their current track record and keep a close magnifying glass on their ass and see what happens. You'll see all the things that you should have dodged while somebody else is taking a hit that you should be hitting on your own team. You guys have got to make sure that you're not actually doing these things for your own detriment to yourself. What's going on, man?
Hey, what's up, bro, man? What's up, man? You spitting some facts, man. Yeah, this whole thing is going to it's going to be interesting how this whole thing play out. But for me, the dynamics of it all is going to be just watching how the whole hypocrisy game is just going to go in full mode, which people have already it's already been activated, right? Where people are going to sort of want to take step back and act like my red pill is different from that red pill.
Yeah. So now it's going to be, and this is why I say the red pill was never meant for actual what do you call it, mainstream or entertainment purposes. The truth wasn't meant for that. The truth is meant to be looked at, adhered to, and moved on from. The truth wasn't supposed to be a point to where people were to stay in a very specific situation, right? It was never meant for you to stay stuck forever. You're supposed to move on from that specific point after you learn the truth. But what
Mm-hmm.
most of these people did with the truth is like, okay, I could be a better purple pill dude now that I know the truth about the situation. Like, that's not what this shit was about. It was not about turning you into some purple pill dude. It was not about that. It never was. I mean, because if
Mm-hmm.
you put value in yourself, then the people who don't have value no longer exist. You have to move on to other things. And it's like the red pill thing did is gave people the confidence of going back into a bad situation with bad arguments and bad results.
Mm-hmm.
It's not
It seems like from what you're saying, like guys kind of got caught up in the process of discovering a certain truths. So now instead of taking what they've discovered to empower themselves on the other side, they got stuck in that process of realization where they're like, look, I know these things and I'm gonna use these things to sort of either shame people or use them to sort of benefit themselves, since I discovered these kind of things of how such and such people they shitted on me or didn't validate me. Now I'm gonna use these things, in a way to get back at them instead of using the truth you discovered to sort of move on to the other side of being a better person. They got stuck into that realization stage.
correct. Because, like, dude, the truth doesn't make you turn around and engage in bad processes better. The truth makes sure that you don't even engage in those type of things at all and move the hell on. Like, like, imagine learning from like some spy novel of what a person is. Actually, at the end of most spy novels, you find out the people who weren't who they thought they were at the first beginning of the actual novel itself, despite how good they presented themselves. And now you know who they are. Why would you treat them like who they were before you knew the truth? Like, that's how it got polluted, and I wouldn't even say polluted because mutated. Because pollution, you can spot pollution. Mutation is something that has to be ongoing and has to be looked at over time. Because it's going to be this at one point, and a this at another point, and this at another point. But like a lot of these dudes came here lying about they had the solution together, whether they were people who believe in the concept or not. And it's like that's what actually mutated the actual red pill into the actual thing that we have today. It's nuts.
So you think these people, they just don't have the, I guess, the courage to move on to the other side, and they get stuck into the bitter state of mind. Is it yeah, into a bitter state of mind, and they just don't have the courage to move on to go on the other side. But they think, they'll rather sort of like, just turn back around and be like, look, see, now we see what it is. We see what it is. Instead of just moving forward, they keep trying to find that validation.
Yeah, it's like when I first went in, I thought that the greatest way to gain rank was by being a combat controller. We're in the same career field in the Air Force, right? So it's like I thought that look, the best thing I could probably be able to do is go combat controller or pararescue and basic training.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then you take your ass there and realize, dude, you don't even know shit about being a cop. And kind of like being pararescue or combat controller is actually like being the next level of being a cop and taking it to the next level. Like I didn't know that shit until I failed the course, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I was fucking like 17, 18 years old. What the fuck I was supposed to know? But once I got to know what I should have known before I took that course years later, like after my, Germany, station, I was like, oh shit, I was never supposed to be in that type of shit. So I thought that, oh shit, I could just rank up pretty quick by going through this. But there was like, and people were looking at me like, what is a 17-year-old dude doing here? They knew I wasn't going to get through the shit. Why? I didn't even know shit about my career field, let alone about that type of shit. Even though you ranked up pretty fast, but you could come back as a, SRA and go to an actual tech sergeant pretty fast in a couple of years coming back later. But I thought like, man, fuck that. I want the rank now. And they was looking like, all right, man, we're going to put you all this shit, but your ass is going to be back in your unit before you know it. And that's exactly what happened.
Yeah, man. It's a lot of, for me, having frequent these YouTube spheres, these red pill YouTube sphere, a lot of the stuff that these guys are saying, and even though I'm not, some of these guys, I'm not their biggest fan, and I'll just be honest up front, but some of it has some sort of validity, right? But for me, I don't know about a lot of people, but I'm 36 years old, and being the age that you are, and a lot of the guys that I know in this space that are like at least 30 plus, I will only think, because from my own life experience, and I know that we can't go by our own life experience and say that everybody's life experience and perspective should be the same. But I do think there's a minimum that you should have if you are in your 30s or late 20s or whatnot.
Oh,
because
sure.
for me, when I came to this, when I come to these red pill spaces and I'm hearing the shit these guys were talking about, I'm like, okay, that's some logical shit. It makes sense. I've lived that. But for me, those things were more so confirmation of shit that I have been through, of lessons that I have learned. They were just confirmations. These things were not revealing truths that I now all of a sudden need to, manufacture my complete life all around it. I that's what I don't get, man.
Yeah, and it's like most people don't understand that all this stuff can be avoided as well. Like it wasn't meant for people to come out here and retry things that haven't worked in those people's generation. Because if those things worked in those generations, they would have better control over the things in their own life. But you just can't say that, well, I'm just in a bad situation and this is how my life turned out and things are actually better because I'm ahead of you, but I can't prove it. I'm like, most of this stuff is based on proof, like proof of concept. Like, dude, listen, most of this stuff has to have proof of concept in order for it to work. But we've actually thrown out proof of concept over the fact that, well, these people are making it right now, and that's just what it is. Yeah, what's going on, Ace? What's going on, man?
Greetings, men of tomorrow. It has been a while, hasn't it?
Yeah.
If I were to, well, I will provide my thoughts in the form of a question. Isn't those who took the red pill but still choose to engage in the field of grifting or interact with uncultural women in a society similar to those who are still blue pill?
Yeah, and it's like they're not even red pill dudes. Like they see the red pill as a means to cash in on men's gullibility. You have to understand that that's what it is actually have turned into. Like the red pill is now a cash cow for people who want to cash in on men's gullibility about how these things actually work in society. And that's not what the actual concept, as the actual note is on the screen from actual wacky word is saying. It's kind of like, okay, let's say that you were to learn CPR, right? The whole point of learning CPR is not so that way you can prepare your own self for a heart attack in the future. It's for that way, if something were to happen, happenstance, and you're around with defibrillators and other type of things not being there, how you can appropriately respond. It wasn't meant to feed yourself directly into things within an environment if they go wrong. That's just not what that was meant to be about. But that's what it kind of turned into,
I see. that does explain why the black pill was created, as the red pill itself became diluted thanks to the dating coaches and grifters.
Yeah, but like a lot of people really hated the black pill because it really diluted their actual point to being able to sell answers through red pill things. Like it really made a lot of people mad as hell, by the way, by doing that. By
Hmm.
actually providing actual solutions that was far more realistic than what they was actually doing within society itself, because anybody can be a personality, anybody can be selling fake anything, and especially if the actual expectation of the audience is that you don't solve any problems, they can just call the shit entertainment and just move on from there, right?
So to understand, many people despise, if not do not like the black pill, even though it provides actual solutions and evidence, especially if since the black pill is connected to the white pill. And
Whoa,
since
whoa,
for
whoa, whoa, whoa. What's the white pill? What's that? I don't know
oh,
what that.
my fault. The white pill is basically an existentialism pill after realizing the truth in regards to society and move on with your life.
What's
Don't take
well,
my word.
black pill? Like, how's it different from black pill?
Oh, it isn't. It's pretty much one and the same.
Oh, so it's kind of like white pill probably done by white dudes versus black pill done by everybody else in society, right? Pretty much.
N- No, but I am still learning about. My sincerest apologies for bringing that up, though.
Okay, I'm just saying. I didn't know. I've never heard of a white pill. That's why I asked. It wasn't anything else. It's just that I'm glad you explained it, but it sounds still like black pill thing because like once you learn the truth of an actual matter, you take actions to move on from that going forward, right? Like there's no way that you learn the truth about okay, if I eat 3,000 cheeseburgers, I'm gonna end up having a heart attack and die, but I'm gonna eat 2,998 cheeseburgers and not end up dying, but not being on a pathway to death, and I end up dying of something similar, right? So it's like you have to be able to take the information as it is and formulate a conclusion. Like this is why there's like abductive reasoning, which is coming to a conclusion before you even get started based on the information that's already there. That's all black pill is. It's abductive reasoning. That's all it is.
Definitely. And if anything, in regards to my previous statement, Man of Tomorrow, I can send you an email that does explain the white pill and how it's
Sure,
similar to
sure,
the.
sure, sure, sure. Because I'm sure I don't know anything about it, just hearing about it for the first time. That's why I'm open to what it was said. So just go ahead and email me. You have my email address. So just go ahead and email me. So it's just that, dude, at the end of the day, we can't be out here using these unsubstantiated things. You have to understand what's being promoted behind what is actually promoted. The best way to promote feminism, like I said, was to have dating coaches, divorce grapies, and all these other people who witnessed the brunt of the actual situation that they claim to be in charge of now to actually act like they are in charge of it once they're done with it. And it's like, that doesn't make any sense. You have to provide some level of proof that you're past it. I understand that a lot of these people out here, they made an enormous amount of content about what to dodge, but I'm like, okay, why are you still talking about the same content 8 years later, 8 years later, 20 years later? We're talking about something that is not needed. If a person actually moved on, there's like an algebra 1, 2, 3, calculus, blah, blah, blah. There's like an expectation of moving forward. There is no such thing as being stuck in general math as a college student in your 40s when you should be at an MBA level. Like there's no general math that's going to substantiate you still being there past high school and college and everything else. Right. So that's where I'm kind of at with it at this point. Is that we shouldn't, we should be asking them for more proof of concept according to their actual, what do you call it?
Well, if you see
Realization.
if oh, I'm sorry, bro. Go ahead.
Right.
Now, if you've been hearing some of the conversations that's been happening lately, and I remember one specific conversation that was going on, and your name was brought up, and I wish the brother was here. One of our usual brother that's always up here on the panel, but
Just
when
talk about
he
what was talked about there. Just briefly talk about what was talked about there, so I can respond to
yeah, no, I just wanted to say briefly that when it comes to asking for the result, for the conclusion, what is the production of some of these talking points and regurgitation of the same shit over and over, when result should be the end of it, production should be the end of it. When he was pressing for that, when he was telling them he is how we can be very productive doing these direct things, people will say no, 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 screw that, we cannot focus on result. We need to keep talking about the problems and shit like that, because these people
what?
haven't learned, these other people haven't learned.
What? It's kind of like um, people are waiting till the spread of Christianity around the world before they wait till Armageddon happens. It's like you don't have to wait for the spread of Christianity in order to do the things that Christianity needs for you to do, which is pretty simple. And it's like they want to wait in the wings for everybody else to go through their problems so that way they can help them through them. But it's like there's no level of track record where they even saw the problems themselves. Look, we have 50-year-old men talking about how high value they are with no type of proof.
Come to think of it, isn't that contradictive? The fact that you're declaring yourself you are a high value man, but yet if you really are by the subject term high value, you would do your things and keep your business private behind the scenes.
Yeah, but I mean, it's just a standard without any type of verification. There's no verification. If you want to prove that I'm a high value man, I send your ass to the fucking IRS. You want to do it on camera? Shit, we can go down there. We can pull last five, schedule season, every motherfucker thing. But we have like, you know, uh, accountants in this fucking space who haven't even brought up that level of questioning when it comes to a person who is supposedly as high value as they think. But it's like the only reason why you would declare yourself high value is to give it away to a person who's not or don't have any value themselves. Right? So it's like you're not high value for your own sake. You only have value to give this stuff away to people who don't even care. So
Right. And there's um just constant interpretation and reinterpretation. I remember a couple of weeks back, probably 2 3 months ago, you were having a stream, and I guess there was some sort of debate you had that had to do with religion or whatnot. And I remember I came up and I was trying to tell the brother that my problem with religion, which I grew up in the church just like you, fundamental Christian Pentecostal members of female members of my family. They believe so hard in that stuff. They don't even believe in wearing pants. Hey, my stepmom was a nurse. When she going to the hospital, when she going to work, she wears skirt scrubs. She never wear pant scrub. That's how hard she believe in that Pentecostal Christian stuff. And one of the things that I'm saying is that what I don't like, and what I see mostly about this whole faith and Christianity thinking, it's all about interpretation. They will start out with an interpretation of what they say is going to happen at a certain point, or what they think God is going to do for them. When that doesn't happen, or the miracle doesn't happen, they tell you, nah, God must have a better plan. He must have a bigger blessing for me. So now they go into a phase of reinterpretation. and it keeps moving and moving. The goalposts keep moving and moving forward to justify their bullshit. And when you look at the red pill space here, it's all very similar to that, where guys, they will have their own interpretation of a certain things, and when that doesn't work out for them, they will move the goalposts forward and have this esoterical interpretation of what things now mean. We have a new meaning for it because I heard the exact same thing, in this recent past week where a brother was saying, well, you know what, there's just, this is also, you are on such and such platform, so that means this platform was built for entertainment. There is some sort of entertainment in the red pill. They try all type of bullshit to justify their bullshit.
Yeah, but that's the thing. It's like most of these people have like, well, it's not serious because it's entertainment. I'm like, but you use a realistic internet connection, a realistic microphone, a realistic computer, a realistic phone connection, shit from realistic phone companies to tune in to shit that you claim is fake, and it don't mean shit, right? So it's like, okay, so what's going on? Yeah, but let's get the Seattle show. I've been seeing y'all here for a while. What's going on?
Yeah, what's up, y'all? I was just tuning in, seeing what y'all were talking about, and I heard the brother here talking about black pill and white pill and stuff, and it kind of got me wanting to tune in on my views on that.
Yeah, I mean, I have no idea about the white pills.
Yeah, I had only heard about the white pill from listening to Rolo Tomasi's stream for the most part, but I did hear about it on Reddit and stuff prior to that. But it's pretty much just it's like and you said it pretty interestingly, MOT. It's pretty much the same thing as the black pill. The white pill, for the most part, is like Roll Tomasi said, it's pretty much just try harder. In the sense where I feel like black pillars, they say, well, the world is doomed, society is doomed, so you may as well just kind of give up aspect. Even though I consider that more doom pill than black pill, whereas white pill is
Doom pill? We have a doom pill now.
yeah,
Wait,
that's what.
no,
Yeah, doom pill. Yeah,
What's going
no,
on,
no, because
uh,
black pill is more so like true. Like I'll just say it to you like this. The people who use the term black pill, there's a lot of people on YouTube that used to say they're black pill, but they just complain about women all day. But then you have people like Thinking Ape who who do black pill content technically, but they talk more about morality, they talk about society, cycles of civilization, that those types of things. It's not just about women. Women are a byproduct of what they talk about, but it's not just, we're doomed. They more so talk about the fact that, we're humans and, humans do dumb stuff, and you live in a society based off of like the things that, the mistakes humans have made, so to speak. And it's a bit deeper than just, well, women are hypergamous and 20% of men are going to be the only ones that are getting sex and shit like that. So I consider it kind of like doom pillars when they only talk about women, so to speak.
Yeah,
But
well, yeah,
yeah,
I didn't know what doom pill is. I have to invite somebody, a doom pillar, on to have them actually explain what that is. And I just, yeah,
yeah, no, it's to make it simple. It's just you can just consider it black pill too. But I mean, for me personally, what I would dub it.
I mean, but
But
only the
but that
pills
doom
are
pill,
actually. Wait, hold on. Like, I only think like the pills are only actually a thing if you decide to deal with the people, regardless of what the actual information of the pill actually meant to give you. Like, if you are going to still deal with XYZ circumstance, regardless of the cultural upbringing and the actual lack of cultural awareness or consequences, like I don't think that you could turn around and still just kind of consider yourself even red pill after you want to deal with that shit afterwards. Like, I don't think that you should even be allowed to talk if you still want to deal with this stuff, even if you know the truth already. It's kind of like, look, okay, let's say you went to jail as a teenager for armed robbery. Okay, you did 5 years. You're 12, you did 5 years. You got let out of juvie at 18. The moment that your ass is out of jail, you go commit another armed robbery and you get 20 years. I don't think you can call yourself any type of fucking pill other than a goddamn fool. You know what you were around people who had the consequences of what armed robbery was about, right? So you just can't turn around and turn yourself into a enlightened human being if you're going to go back into the same circumstances and do the same dumbass thing.
Right. Yeah,
Like,
I completely agree with you on that notion.
yeah, so it's like, how is it that people who, and most of these people are old as fuck, right? They're old as fuck. Like, we're not talking about new individuals who were like in their aging out, alpha, or even, those generations. Those people have already lived in under the 304s, seeing the lack of what masculinity have done to their whole generation. The fact that their whole actual productivity has been destroyed to the point to where they're trying to relearn productivity and how society works through other people outside the household that they were brought up in, right? So it's kind of like, how can a person go to these all, fuchsia, pills and
Purple.
shit? And yeah, it's like, how do you go back to even purple after learning all this shit? I mean, unless you're just trying to get people back into the marketplace to where you don't have to provide proof, but they have to provide proof with their life experience. Like, it doesn't make sense to me that maybe I'm looking at it wrong, but it doesn't make sense for me that most of these people who would turn back to a space to where the shit never really represented them to claim a level of victory over others. It just doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah. And it's interesting you bring up the purple pill, because I kind of agree with the notion that I think the purple pill is pretty much just you trying to retake the blue pill, but which is impossible once you take the red pill. It's just that you kind of refuse to see what you saw with the red pill, so you want to go back to the blue pill, which is actually what I was going to say earlier. I think the white pill is pretty much the same thing. I would consider the white pill and the purple pill pretty much the same thing. You know what the truth is.
Explanation. I mean, I could be wrong, but that's what it sound. It just more sound like who it's coming from, because there's already an actual quote unquote pill for that shit. But it's like, how hard is it to? Because a man has a responsibility to get his shit together, regardless of the actual women who fucking come along with them, the women who are there with him as soon as he's done. A man still has to do that. Like most of these Bravo Alpha Novembers within this environment itself, they celebrate the fact of non-actual productive men are actually winning in society. They go around trying to do this genetic pre-qualifier bullshit, just putting all of her decision-making process on the table and letting her choose everything, rather than a dude go out and actually experience himself for himself, right? So it's like, why do we have men that are promoting the women's position, but the women are not promoting the men's position among the women that they're around? And this is why I normally don't even want to talk to older women for all that matter, because I know what the fuck I'm listening to, and I know what happens when a woman is around too much non-sexual attention. She comes to disregard men, period, and it comes out in everything that they say for the most part. So.
Yeah,
I see. Out of curiosity, just to make sure that I heard you, Rollo Tomasi is now trying to claim the white pill now?
No, I said that Rollo Tomasi did a stream on the white pill. He did a whole episode on that, on the what the white pill is.
I have no idea. That
it's essentially men. I say it's the same thing as purple pill, because essentially the white pill is, to spoil it, white pillars are men that wish women they pretty much confide in like the minority of women that might be out there that might be feminine and not infected with feminism. So they just think, just try harder and become alpha and get in shape, and you'll find the one out there for you. And that's pretty much white pill.
Okay, that is not even close to the actual meaning.
Yeah, but that
Yeah,
sounds like a
that's
lot of blue pill bullshit wrapped up in
yeah.
coke.
Where they
It
say
isn't.
just try harder and then you'll eventually find the one. And then actually, if you type in white pill affirmations on YouTube, it's just a bunch of videos of like affirmations telling you know that everything's gonna be fine. And this white pillars are that's what at least the white pill that Roll Samasi cover and as far as manosphere is concerned, that's what white pill is.
Okay, well, I
They're
got a
pretty much
question for you.
denialists.
It's on the screen. Is there an omni pill too? Like, okay, so just picture a pill, and all the pills that we named so far, which seems like 44 fucking pills. So,
Right by this
what
point,
does this
yeah.
pill look like from beginning to
Seeing
end?
omni
What does it
pill.
look like from top to bottom? What the fuck does this look like?
Right. Well, I will say this one. So the Thinking Ape made a video called After All the Pills. And again, like he talks usually deeper topics. And he pretty much said that it was a pretty interesting video. He said that a lot, especially younger men, probably like around my age, they go through all these different pills because I don't remember who I heard this from in the manosphere, but I think it was who said this. Oh yeah, I think it was one master teacher. He said that a lot of young dudes, they have relationship trauma without ever having been in a relationship. And that kind of hit me because it's pretty much what they're pretty much saying is that you got these dudes who don't have any sexual experience, relationship experience, but they go through the red pill phase. Then they try to go to like a purple pill phase. And then after the purple pill, they might go to black pill. And then they're like, well, actually, I'm a Sigma male or whatever. But the bottom line is, like Thinking Ape said in his After All the Pills vid, it's just that I think deep down inside, most people, especially young men nowadays, they just want to find something to grasp onto that'll make them happy in some way, shape, or form, whether they're coping or
Yeah, but this is
whether
what I'm
it's
saying.
just
It's pretty much, what I said before. People are chasing Stockholm syndrome. Like they don't have the actual, Stockholm syndrome. You've been through an abusive relationship and you actually want to go back to it over and over again because it seems to be normal. These people want to chase the abusive relationship and do kind of Stockholm syndrome the other way, which is the long way around the fucking water type shit.
yeah.
No, it's kind of like, you spend two days walking around the water and then you go to the other side and you dive into the fucking pool, knowing that you could have got wet immediately and not waste all this time and went to the other side of the bridge.
So what would be diving into the pool? Like what would that be in this I guess a metaphor? Like you said, diving into the pool. What would that be?
No, it's kind of like no. It's not just diving into the pool. It's the fact that you spent 3 days going around this body of water to go to the other side just to dive into the pool on the other side once you got there.
I get what you're saying.
It's like, all right, so you don't want to get wet. So you wasted all this time going all around this fucking stream just to get to the other side, just to slip into the goddamn body of water and end up dying by a shark anyway. Like, come on, man.
Right, yeah. Well, I think regardless of what pill, to be honest with you, it's to my belief there's only a red pill and a blue pill. I don't get into the, but
I don't
it's
believe in purple. I don't believe in purple. I don't believe in any of this other shit. I just think that if you're going to go into a circumstance that's not going to deem you well fit, that's why I say on this live stream, women go get her. We need you to mark every fucking dude who's not serious about moving forward without this shit. I don't give a fuck if you learn your shit later. I don't give a fuck about that. I give a fuck about you being marked today that your ass is not serious and make you work like a motherfucker to get your ass into good standing. Because there ain't no way you could be going through this shit just for sex at this point. Get out of here, man. I don't believe that shit. I don't.
right, yeah. I'm looking at the white pill from the incels wiki you posted, and yeah, it pretty much sounds the same as the black pill, to be honest, from this definition.
And look how the white pill just encapsulated everything else.
Yeah, I don't know necessarily. Worldview based on the maximization of happiness of an individual by acceptance of
Hold
his
on,
situation in lieu of denial or
Hold
anger.
on, let me put it on screen. Because I never heard this shit till today. I mean, so now black pill truth need to be encapsulated by a white pill, which being force yourself back into the system. Fuck out of here.
It looks like they consider the pills like levels of acceptance, which I'm not sure I agree with completely.
Me neither. But yeah,
Because this would be implying that you're on a higher plane if you're black pill or white pill versus
what the
red
fuck
pill,
is
and it's not
NCL?
even.
What the fuck is this? Like, dude, like,
I don't know.
This is outside of my span of understanding. I have to invite somebody on if I want them on to explain that shit. But yeah, we're just gonna move past that. No, this is about unfresh and unfit, their fucking shit, and it's like this, man. The actual online activity don't translate into power in the real fucking world, man. It doesn't. These women are outrank your ass by a lot, by a long shot. There ain't no way that you have more power than them, and you get to just go, oh well, you don't fuck me. Like people are like, oh, that's kind of some sort of thing, and I'm like, you can't do this. You can't do this. This stuff have real world implications, and law enforcement, yeah, now they're just gonna send all the young bitches after you who are like 30 and 40 years old. And the moment your ass say yes to any of those fucking interactions, you're gonna be like fucking Chris Hansen. Yeah, the cookies are on the table. So Myron, what's going on, man? Like that's what the fuck is gonna be. Like that's the next level of this shit. Is attracting dudes in through this type of dumb shit. And it's like, bro, this shit can be easily avoided.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. MOT to go back on fresh and fit. There's a comment in the chat. I mean, I don't mean to make it being about a comments on in the chat, but somebody said D'Anthony Sims. He said Myron is not one of us. He is not. He is a non-ADOS Arab Sudanese. We shouldn't care about him. That's not gonna fly. Talk about he's not one of you. When he's of the same ideology, promote the exact same bullshit. He invite the same. It's a small network of people. You see the exact same kind of people he invite to his shows. You think they're gonna make a difference about who's a ADOS, who's not? Therefore he's not one of us. It's the same ideology. What are you talking about?
All right, so you have to look. Okay, let's just look 2 years in comparison to the people who've been on the show, to the people who share the shit, to the people who been there. Most of these people are fucking ADOS for most of the actual things. They're not gonna look at this shit as all of a sudden he's Sudanese, what the fuck ever. No, he's gonna look at because KS been on the show. He used to have I think like the 7 or 8 or 14 or 56 or whatever the fuck they were named when there was Mr. Jab him, those two motherfuckers, and it's like, bro, you can't separate what this dude actually is from the actual people he associated himself with. Like, like even recently within the last 90 days, there's a lot of big YouTubers that was on there. And I don't hear none of these people making no live streams about, you know, we support this dude and none of that shit. Because that's not how that works. Like grifters work together to share audiences. Grifters don't work together to get themselves out of trouble. That's not how grifters work. Like, it's I don't know, man. It seems kind of wild, but I don't give a fuck about where he's from. The point is that he's representing the so-called red pill philosophy and actually inviting women on to talk about that philosophy and kicking them off the show. I'm like, dude, these women got way more power than you, way more. By keeping their mouth shut and not saying shit, they do. And it's like a lot of people think this shit is entertainment. I'm like, dude, entertainment informs reality. And a lot of people don't think that you just have to be disciplined at all times, man. At some point, you got to turn this shit off. You can't be trying to talk this shit to women behind the scenes. This shit can turn into federal fucking charges right away. And depending on what state you are, given one of these liberal ass fucking states that I named earlier, You can be in a lot of trouble over this shit. Dude, you have to understand this shit is entertainment. Entertainment is not to be repeated. It's not to be used as a real life barometer for anything, man. So I gotta get
And
out of here. I gotta go pick this truck up from the shop. So
yeah,
let's
yeah,
see
before
here.
before we finish MOT, let me say this real quick. Based on what you just said, you see the exact same connection, to sort of put a political spin on it with Fox News or whatnot. Whenever they get in trouble, whenever they trying to distance themselves from something, they tell you, "Oh, our channel is not a news network; it's entertainment." And you see some of these smart, esoterical master teachers try to do the exact same thing about these serious things. The things they talk about to be reality. Oh, we got to change this, or we got to punish the women, or we got to do this. But as soon as they get in trouble, you ask them, show me what's the end result of this whole situation. Oh man, man, there's a facet of entertainment in this whole thing, man. You can't take it all serious.
No, I mean, but what they
Hypocrisy.
do by in certain entertainment is by making it so that way they don't have to be held responsible for actually consequences of their actions due to quote unquote entertainment. Like that's why they do that shit. But I mean, they know who they're doing. They know who they're marketing quote unquote towards with the rest of their product. So I don't buy that shit. I never did buy it. So in the last words, see how show.
No, I mean, I think that's also, I mean, what we're discussing now, I think is why I also agree with the notion. I think that the red pill is more of a praxology versus like a philosophy or an ideology, because the like they say, the red pill just tells human behavior in general, especially in regards to women. It just tells you what human behavior is in general, whether it's not something that you choose to believe in or not. It just is. It's not, a school of belief. It's objective biology and all that stuff. And everything that we're discussing, like, whether it's your black pill, whether, you want to go pump and dump route, whether you want to do SYSBN, whatever it is you want to do, those are subscriptions to what you learn from the red pill. But I don't think the red pill is just something that is. And I think we're kind of getting like caught up in that. And I think the manosphere, black manosphere in particular, is kind of at an identity crisis because of it. But,
No, I mean, the manosphere is not an identity crisis. This is just their end goal and result of where they want to be. And that's just the way it is. Like a lot of these dudes, I have to remove, even moderators on my show after being on King Sigma. I can't have some of these dudes around who still show up in these other spaces and I see them. And then they try to double dip, come over here and try to act like they're all fucking,
you said
all
King
this kind
Sigma.
of. No, not King Sigma, but the people in the chat that I know are over here was like defending the Mode 1 bullshit. It's like, dude, Fresh and Fit just showed you there is no Mode 1. Every time you try this fucking online shit, you go put yourself in danger like a motherfucker. Like, that's what you do. And it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what you think. And it's like, because like this dude said, all roads lead back to NASCAR, man. You know what I'm saying? The NASCAR jackets with the fucking, the fucking tattoos and shit. And it's like, yeah, man, like these fucking dudes think they run the NASCAR jackets, but the NASCAR jackets run these fucking bitch ass niggas. And they don't understand that. Like these women got way more power than you. They could turn the corner and get a ton of options. There is no Mode 1 in the world that's going to give you more options than the ugliest woman in society. Not one. It doesn't fucking work that way. So with that said, Ace, you got anything else before we get up out of here?
More importantly, thank you for inviting me to join in this live stream. And in regards to the information I provided earlier, I still accept the full contents of both the black pill as well as the white pill. I'm
Okay.
still
All right.
at statement.
All right, cool. It's just that I don't know much about it. I just heard of it today, so I don't know. Now I have to read up on it and probably like get like a white pillar guy on. Not really Rollins Monster. He's way too big to come on this channel. But yeah, so Bellagino.
Yeah, man, I appreciate you covering these current events happening in these YouTube streets, man, and it's going to be very interesting to see the hypocrisy, how certain people start distancing and tell you how their red pill is different from that red pill, even though the people that have been on those people channel are product of the same red pill. People that will tell you they were the product, such and such guests that went to the Fresh and Fit podcast are their product because that person came into space and he gave him out the blueprint. He told him how to deal with this group, and after that he went to deal with this group. That's his product. He's so proud of individuals that being on Fresh and Fit podcast. But he'll quickly distance himself and tell you, oh, that's different from my red pill. That's not what I teach in my school. It's gonna be quite interesting, man. I'm here for the ride, man. To sort of watch these people and laugh but at the same time, um, it's good that there are brothers like us who are older, understand certain things, but it's sad what's happening to some of the younger folks who don't really they haven't had that live experience. Like the brother said earlier, some people have had relationship trauma, even way before they've even gotten a relationship. Because you've seen some younger individuals who found this space. They obviously they had some frustrations dealing with women. They're probably 19, 20, 21, 22 years old. They come here, they've had some frustration dealing with women, and some of the things that these red pill guys say resonate with them, right? That's cool, but some of them, they don't have the capacity to balance those things out. They go full stupid, they go full retarded on the red pill, and these things will have negative consequences in their lives. I feel sorry for some of these young guys, that those things are not just confirmation for them. Those things are like big revealing truth. These things are not revealing truth to me. They're only confirmation of things that I've already lived in my life. um let's just stay on these guys, man. I appreciate you having these streams, bro.
All right, cool. I want to thank people for coming through. Uh, the reason why I'm having these conversations is not for older individuals who actually keep showing up to these spaces, is to help the younger generation not really end up in these actual things. And because they don't need this actual experience to move on to better things earlier. Like me, I moved on to better things earlier because I put myself in the environment. When I went to the Air Force, I moved on to better things earlier, and it actually course corrected what I actually needed to happen later on in life. And then people try to use the fact that, well, if you wouldn't have went to the military in Germany, you'll be down here with us. I'm like, okay, that's a very good point. That doesn't take away from the point that I went to some better shit, does it? But this is what you're dealing with when you deal with people who want to actually reclaim the actual system that's actually here. It's messed up. So that's what we're here for. We don't really give a damn about Generation X and millennials and older Gen X and boomers who don't fucking get it, even though I'm part of one of those groups. We just have to be able to debate these things in the wide open, because all these things happen behind kind of lock and key, and you can't really get the whole story until you actually are messed up by these things. And we don't need to be doing that to another generation of people. So I want to thank you guys for coming through on the Man Tomorrow. You guys have a really nice day. I'm telling you, Fresh and Fit is an entertainment construct. You should be practicing entertainment outside the entertainment construct. It could lead to real world consequences, which I don't want anybody to face. So go over there for entertainment, but don't go over there for the actual ability of how you deal with women. Because you try to kick a woman out of anything, them cops show up, that shit ain't going to be on your side. You know what I'm saying? So I want to thank you guys for coming through. You guys have a really nice night. Peace.